Hello, everyone. I am Tacet, and welcome to the Gems of War Tower of Doom Week 20, Day 2. So, today, of course, we're going to go a little bit further into Tower of Doom, but we also got some all-seeing eye delves. The cycle for the delves have cycled all the way back down to the very first one, so it'll be cycling again, and the Hall of Guardians will be next, and Sea of Sorrows. Sea of Sorrows, 2 weeks from now. Actually pretty important, at least for us anyways, because that is the only faction I do not have maxed. And if I'm not mistaken, we're getting another faction that week, so we'll have 2 factions to go do. Rip gems. But yeah, we'll be that's the last faction I have. Every other faction in the game I have maxed. And Sea of Sorrows in 2 weeks is the only one I do not have maxed. Or sorry, 3 weeks. Wait, why did I say 2 weeks? My bad. 3 weeks from now, 3 weeks. Because it goes All-Seeing Eye, then it goes Hall of Guardians, then it goes Crypt. I forgot, Crypt came before it. Crypt's this one. And then it goes Sea of Sorrows. So sorry about that. 3 weeks from now, we'll be messing around with that. So then we'll be done with every faction in the game, which is good because I think 3 weeks from now does not coincide with the other faction. So we're saved there. But our gems will probably be going down a lot. Not to mention version 4.9. Preview stream was last night, of course. One thing that ended up coming in, or many things that were kind of mentioned in regard to it, were a lot of reworks to various shop fronts in the game. Obviously, mostly money shop fronts, but however, other ones as well. And they're adding a new gem area where every single day you'll get like some gem offers that you can buy. And there's some resources there that you weren't normally able to get directly with gems. Like, for example, trait stones, ingots, stuff like that. Who knows what else? We don't really know the full list. That's all we really saw in the little video thing. However, there's a good chance we might even get deeds and other things like that. We'll have to see. But resources that we haven't commonly been able to gain with gems, or like not at all with gems, at least not directly in exchange, will become available as of next patch. It'll be interesting to see exactly how this pans out. There's going to be basically 3 offers per day. 2 of them are towards the, well, one of them's towards the lower end, one of them's towards the kind of like the middle end, and then the other one can actually only be bought if you have VIP 6. The one that they had wasn't too good. It was just a bunch of arcanes, which later in the game would have been obviously pretty pointless. And relative to other ways of accumulating it, the rate at which you could accumulate trait stones was higher than the rate of buying it with gems. However, some of them were the other way around. Like, for example, 20 gems for 20 ultra rare ingots is actually a better exchange rate for your time, because it is quicker to get 20 gems than it is to get 20 ultra rare ingots. So on some of them it might be good value. We'll just kind of have to see day by day. The only other slight issue that could happen with that is that it's different for every person. So the ones I have won't be the ones you have, and some of them might be blocked behind VIP 6. VIP 6 actually will be getting an update. Basically, it will be counting for a 3rd thing that you can get every single day off of gems. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how that will end up panning out. Obviously, we already have VIP 6, so I probably won't notice. I probably won't notice too much. But that could really affect a lot of people, since quite a few aren't VIP 6. I believe VIP 6 required $230, I think. And I'm mistaken, I believe it's $230 total is how much you would have to have spent on the game over the last 5 years that it's been out. Obviously, we have over that long duration of time. However, quite a few people probably haven't, for justified reasons, especially these days. Yeah, that is one thing that they're adding. Biggest thing that's probably happening, though, even though it's just a bug fix, is supposedly they're finally fixing the whole Explore glitch that we've had for ages. So as you guys know, whenever you quickly go through Explore a lot over and over and over again, it tends to lag some. Like, the more you do it, the laggier it can get sometimes. So if you just keep doing it over and over and over, it tends to lag. They were supposedly completely fixing this, or at least drastically reducing the amount of lag. Supposedly they're fully fixing it, but we'll have to see on that. But yeah, we'll gotta test it once it comes out. See exactly how much of a difference it really makes. But obviously after a few battles doesn't really do much. But if we were to do like 30 battles in a row, which obviously we aren't going to do right now, but if we were to do like 30, 50, 100 battles in a row, it starts to lag more and more. And supposedly they fixed that for the most part, or completely. Anyways, in other news, let's go and get over to Tower of Doom then, as that is one of the main things I want to get done right now. We got 11 battles, and we will be using every last one of them. And, of course, we actually have more than 11 battles once we get our extra sigils from all these rooms. Anyways, where's battle number 12? We are on floor 12, which brings us to a 4 and a 5. So let's go do those 2. Those are the right column right over here. I'm still using this team. Yasmin's Pride double catchers into cockatrice. Ends up working out pretty well. Ha, Dan. That's funny. We haven't been starting that late that often. Let's see. Has been happening occasionally. It hasn't been that often, though. Okay, we'll throw that down right there. Not exactly a target I actually should have went for, but oh well. We'll make it work. Not that big a deal. One thing I do want to get down, though, that is slightly a big deal, though, is I do want to mana drain his last slot. Or not mana drain it, but I want to kill out his last slot. So I'm going to do it this way so that we can do so. And as match, and now we'll just hit it directly just to guarantee that it dies. And it's down. How dare you sleep and eat. Okay, I'll grab this one. Yeah, I need to get nice and well rested tomorrow night. We might even be doing the Gems of War. I end up mentioning this on my morning stream. But obviously, not as many people watch, so I should probably mention it now. We will probably be doing tomorrow night's stream a little bit earlier than normal. Mostly because I want to get to bed a little bit earlier so that we can cover the Thursday stream. We're going to be doing that pretty much all day, and I want to be well rested for it. So in order to do so, we're probably going to do the stream a little bit earlier than we normally do. Exact time I do not know. I'll try to have it post a little bit ahead of time, but we will be streaming at some point earlier. So if you're wondering why we're not here at 8 tomorrow, it is because I did the stream earlier. Because I'm trying to get to bed early tomorrow so that we can stream basically all day on Thursday. Because we'll be going for, ideally, 20 hours. We'll see how long that lasts, but the goal is at least like a 10-10 split. And we'll be doing a bunch of games. It'll be Gems of War, it'll be Animal Crossing, it'll be Mario Maker 2, it'll be One Step from Eden, it'll be whatever else I can think of, Warcraft 3. We'll throw a lot of the games in there, many of which we haven't actually ever streamed on the channel. And some of them we streamed way too much. Actually, I already have 400 hours in Animal Crossing, by the way. We are at 400 hours. We've played a lot. Not as much as Gems of War, though. Gems of War, gosh, what are we up to in Gems of War? We're up to, I don't even want to know the number, actually. We could find out pretty easily. How do we get to our profile real quick? We are at the amount of hours of, this is even counting any other account that we've ever done. But 11,896 hours. That's a lot of hours. But, yeah, you think 1,000 hours is a lot in a game. We're over 10,000. It's over 9,000! But, yeah. That's a lot of hours. That is a very, very big number. Was every room? Yeah, other than the haste, which we don't need. So we'll go into there. No, not Friday's stream. The one for... Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That probably would dip into Friday, wouldn't it? Huh. I didn't think about that, too. Because I probably would be going to bed at, like, 7 a.m. on Friday. So yeah, that might actually interfere with Friday's stream. However, all we're doing on Friday is invasions. It should be like the easiest invasions ever. Because it's one of the best, if not the best invasion troop that has ever been added to the game. So it's not going to be hard. And I already went over the team on the Monday video, or the weekly video. Not posted on Monday. But yeah, we already went over the team and everything. And that's all you need to run for it. Just run double him into a bunch of mana accumulation and you auto win. Should be pretty straightforward and easy. What team are we currently using? I'm using Yasmin's Pride with double Ketris. Cheaper teams is Mang with Skull Spam. We do not have a way to get full mana, do we? I don't see one, so we'll strike that. Luckily, it does not die to Death Mark, and A's down. On to the next one. Also, we're almost at the exact same amount of battles we started with. Yeah, we started with 11. We're at 10. We know we got through a whole floor. Nice. Because of Valraven. Okay, so we got a power, which at this point are almost worth skipping, but we'll still go for them. Help out the guild. Oh, we got a heroism coming up too. Nice. Do we have 2 heroisms? I feel like we haven't given that many heroisms lately. We do have 1 at least. It's good for skipping the Spirit Fox room. It's generally the main one that you'd want to use it on. Also, do we not have 25 completed yet? I noticed we're scouted to 24, but there's no 25. Interesting. Might be potentially. That's not too big a deal, though. I don't have enough sigils to even get that far right now. So we're at 13. We're doing 4, 5, and 3. 4, 5, 3. So what is that? Everything except for 2, right? Yeah, 4, 5, 3. Okay, so let's just take everything but 2. And it'll be good to go on this floor. Right off the bat, looks like we'll probably take brown or not. Well done. Plans ruined. Okay, let's go get full mana on everything. Let him poke us. It doesn't actually matter if he does. I'll then go throw another armor tier onto his other one right over there. Let him skull distract. Ooh, extra turn there for free, unfortunately. I'm still using Shaman. Shaman does take quite a bit more damage than if we were using Titan or something. We did not gain barrier on brown in this particular instance. Normally Yasmin's HP gain is enough to kind of outpace it, but once we get a little bit later, we'd want to make the change. It's because we do need the tankiness rather than the 50% mana start. If nothing else, the 50% mana start doesn't matter as much because we have enchant anyways, so we end up getting that bonus up. So he's just going to do a little pokey thing, so we're just going to do this, and that will bring us into kill range. And should be good to go. So all we have to do now is cast this, cast that, and then he is dead. And it just kills them all in one shot, as it normally does. Yeah, scouting is pretty stressful. Or at least it is a lot more stressful on your resources anyways. It's because you gotta waste a lot of sigils to scout, because you have to do every single room so that your guild knows what all the rooms are. Even once you know what the good room is, like the unlock, you still have to keep scouting all of them. Even if it gives you almost nothing. Because even though it reduces down one person's resources, it helps all 29 other people in the guild. So you gotta do it. It must be done. We haven't scouted too many. I think like most weeks, if I even do any scouting, it's normally only like a few of them. Mostly because my guild gets it done before I even get to that point normally. Especially when we don't take hastes. Which I probably should be a little bit more. At least at the lower level range. Let's see. We'll take that for now. That's kind of one of the reasons behind getting the hastes. Is it actually helps scouters as well. Like secondary scouters. Like after the first scouter does it, it gives more uses to the next person that's going to be scouting. As well as just everyone in general if they want it. So many cookies. So how have you guys been doing in quarantine so far? My life's been actually somewhat normal, other than the fact I've been making a lot less money. But aside from that, everything's actually been normal, surprisingly. Or pretty normal. And we're stocked up on food for at least like the next 3 weeks or so. Because the last time we went, just so we don't have to constantly keep going out, just in case, we've just stocked up like crazy. So we should be good for some time. Let's see, we'll take that for now. Grab all of our greens there. Get another Yasmin in there. I'll take it right there for now. And then we can hopefully double tap. Probably skull poke us. Get another thing down right there. 3 HP, what are you doing? That's not nice. And now he keeps regenerating. Watch, it'll be like 30 HP by the time this battle ends for the final shot. It might. I was almost kidding, but he might actually legitimately be 30 HP by the time this battle ends. I was completely joking. But now he's actually legit. Okay, he had 21. Gosh. Thank you, Cookie. Yeah, I haven't been advertising in Global 1 as much. Probably should. A lot of people in Global 1s. Okay. Oh, what do we need here? Let's grab ourselves a... Let's get a Yasmin's Pride in here. Do we do it on first fly? He already got skull poked, but I think it's still worth it, though. Just because he's a really annoying thing that I do want to make sure we kill out. Okay. Let's get another Pride down. I'm just going to do this a bit weirdly, I think. Because I need this to die. So I'm actually going to do this. Hit him directly. And then hit him again. And that's what I wanted. I wanted him to stay there. And the reason for that is we can still hit with adjacent damage. That's the reason why I set that up. So now what we need to go do is get this to full mana. Throw another Yasmin's Pride at it. And then get a Catcher's follow-up, and we'll be good to go. Boom. We'll try for Brown Sky. Didn't get it, unfortunately. We had 2 chances. Got neither. But, oh no, there better not be enough brown. How many browns are on the board? 9. Okay, we're fine. He is going to change up our order, but that shouldn't matter too much. Too bad we didn't get a Scold Extract for him, but we'll do this. Get rid of that. And now we'll double Ketris. Oh, good. He did get Scold Extract at the end there. Perfect. So we'll do that down. Not like it matters what our order is by the end of the battle. Mostly because, obviously, it doesn't get saved. But I did want that just in case it ended up ruining anything. You never know. There we go. Okay, next room. We're at 14. We only got 5. Pretty empty space, so let's go for that room. And be moving right on. Yeah, there are some people that just don't bother with delves. I don't bother it on a daily basis, because daily delves, when you have all of them upgraded, can take quite a bit of time to end up doing. Even if you backtrack to 50, that's not as efficiently as... Oh, I could have taken his browns. It's not as efficient as if you just do them at 20. But, not just because they're lower at 20, but also because they give you more loot at 20. But, oh gosh, what was the point I was trying to make? But, yeah, there are some people that just don't bother with it. I don't on a daily basis, but that's because I already have them all maxed and everything. But some people just don't like delves that much, so you just kind of just ignore it. There's not really anything too important on delves that you would really need. The most important thing, actually, in the current state of the game is as star levels get increasingly higher and the amount of pets become pretty similar, we're having a point where, in order to get to, I believe, 14 or 15 stars, I've got the exact value, but one of those stars pretty much requires you, indirectly, to have a level 2,500 faction, at least in the current state of the game. Because if you don't have a level 2,500 faction in many instances, when trying to upgrade kingdoms, you're actually going to be locked out of upgrading the kingdom. Because you're going to need 2 level 20 pets. And many kingdoms right now require you to have a level 14 or 15 kingdom or so, to have level 2 level 20 pets. It basically requires you to have 2,500 factions for several of the kingdoms in the game. That's not for every single kingdom, but quite a few of them indirectly have a requirement of it. So that's one of the main reasons you kind of want to do delves, even though you get renown 2 for a little bit extra stats and stuff. But the bigger reason, I would say, is almost more so for the star levels. Otherwise, you're going to be star locked for months, maybe even years, depending on how many new pets they add for kingdoms, which come at a really slow rate. We did get quite a few newer pets earlier this year. Like, we got the most we ever had. I think we got like 5, 6, almost within like a week or two. Like, they came really rapid fire. But generally speaking, we only get like one, not counting faction pets, we only get like 1 new pet every 1 to 2 months, generally speaking, not counting faction pets. Nor really counting event pets, because if you count event pets, those don't really technically count, since they're so much harder to get to level 20 compared to a normal pet. Really, almost any new pet is hard to get to level 20 other than delve pets, though, just because of how they get implemented and how hard it is to constantly keep refining them. I'm kind of hoping on those gem deals that they end up adding, that they do end up adding pets at a more reasonable rate for those little daily flash offers that they have for gems, which they're going to be having daily as of next patch. Not the ones for money daily, but the ones for gems that they're going to be adding are likely to be a daily thing. Obviously, they're completely optional. None of them will be like too overpowered if you're not bothering going for them, but it is kind of a helpful way to get a little bit more resources. Yes, we're going to be doing our, that's a funny word, streamiversary. But yeah, that's basically what's going to be. But yeah, we'll be starting our really long stream, probably around 7 a.m. on Thursday. I'm not sure what order we're going to be doing the games at, though. I honestly have no clue what order. We're probably just going to jump from one to the other like every hour or two, and just kind of go over the place. How that goes. The main reason for that is Warcraft 3 custom maps are basically each their own a game. Like, every single custom map is basically its own game. So we could actually get quite a bit more time out of it compared to some of the other things I would be doing, especially since we've never streamed it for. I don't know, have any of you guys ever played Warcraft 3? I know Reforged kind of was the worst thing that ever existed, and still is. Like, even like longtime fans like myself of the game is, like, I don't know, Reforged is just so horrifically bad. I feel bad for the people who made like literal Warcraft 3 channels. I almost did. When I first started, I was going to start like 2 or 3 years earlier and do like a kind of Warcraft 3 channel, and never ended up doing it. Ultimately ended up becoming a Gems of War channel, obviously. But I almost did end up becoming a Warcraft 3 channel, like a few years when I was like considering starting. Like before I even started college, I was considering starting a YouTube channel. However, I didn't really do it until the end of college. And we did it with Gems of War rather than Warcraft, which is probably a good decision, especially with how Reforged went. Though, of course, we had no way of really knowing that in advance, but kind of worked out, I guess. Let's see. What do we even grab here? We'll take I'll take that for now. Warcraft. There's a lot of great maps on Warcraft 3. What are you saying? I'm not talking about the base game or Blizzard's incompetence. I'm talking about like the base, or not the base game, but you know, I'm talking about the custom maps, the ones that the community actually makes that are not horrible. A Warcraft Gems of War game, that would be a lot of characters. That would be a really high amount of characters. Gems of War is nearing 1,000 characters. Okay, there's our fireball scroll. Let's see. We got the 2 and then we got the 5, so we gotta grab this one. Gems of Warcraft. Which dragon aspect from Warcraft is your favorite? I'm not sure exactly by that question. I've never really played World of Warcraft much. And by not much, I mean like not at all, barely. Like I played it when I was a kid for like a couple hours or something at my cousin's place. I never got into Warcraft. Or World of Warcraft, I should say. Let's see. I just have a lot of nostalgia for the custom maps on Warcraft 3 specifically. There's a lot of pretty good games on it. One of them became Dota 2, obviously. It became its own multi-million-dollar industry. But there was other games on it too. Let's see. But that did originate on Warcraft 3 custom maps. Like that was one of many custom maps at the time. Many of which were just as good as Dota. It's just that's the only one that took off for millions of dollars. Let's see. Let's move that for now. Grab our green over there. We'll let him skill poke us. I'm not even sure who I want to target at this point. I'm kind of started a little bit weird as far as my targeting. So we're actually going to go for his first slot here. And then we poke the other one, and then one more cast will kill it. The only problem is we are a bit mana blocked, but we do have a mana drain, and he has a pretty high amount of mana, so that should work. Actually, by high, I mean full mana. So we'll get all that. Fortunately, not even that's enough to get all the way up. Let's stick around for now. And what do we need here? Let's grab skull, I guess. Can we please get 1 mana? There we go. And then just kill it with that 1 mana. Yeah, Warcraft 3 is a really nice classic. Until Blizzard ruined it. As they do with everything. What's new? Didn't Heroes of the Storm get discontinued and basically isn't even in development anymore? I was going to watch a video the other day on what ended up happening with it. I never did. I need to. I think I still have it bookmarked on watch later. But yeah, one of the other MOBAs I played kind of died out before they really got big as well. It was called Strafe, and it was probably my favorite MOBA I ever played. Or not even probably my favorite. It is my favorite that I ever played. It just had a really nice combination between Dota and League of Legends. It basically had all the good benefits of Dota and League of Legends combined into one game with pretty much no negatives. And for whatever reason, it never really caught on. Let's see. And then they just sold it to some China company. What do we need here? Grab that for now. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Cascade. We'll do a little mana drain there. I'll take that for now. That'll be full mana. Hopefully he doesn't die to Death Mark, which he probably will. And if he doesn't die to Death Mark, he's going to get mana drained. Regardless, something's happening. Yep. Called it. Gosh, we'll take that for now, I guess. Please don't die to Death Mark. No! Rip. Okay, well, now we need to fill the other things full mana. Now that he just died to Death Mark. Why gotta do that to us? Why gotta be like that? Alright, let's just get a bunch of manas. Until we're at full. We'll just keep skull poking us, which is deliberate. Just so he doesn't do anything. Because I'd rather be skull poked than Death Marked. In that particular situation. Because we're a lot more likely to die to Death Mark in that situation than we are to skulls. There we go. Let's just go for battle number 2. So how many battles do we still have left? 7, which means like 11 to 13. Probably 13. Let's see. Also, a lot of games are getting updates apparently in the near future. So much we'll be able to do for Thursday too, which would be kind of cool. This Wednesday, Mario Maker 2 is getting updated, which I haven't played in ages, but hey, we'll do it for the Thursday stream. On Thursday stream, oddly enough, the day of, Animal Crossing is getting updated with a pretty beefy update. Gems of War, while it's probably not happening today or tomorrow, is getting an update very soon, likely within the next week. So a lot of things getting updated. Also, I never did play the update that happened to Ring Fit Adventure, which I've been kind of teasing that game for a while. I think we're finally going to play it during our marathon stream, though not for long, because combined with being tired, we'll probably do it when we're actually really tired, just because it'll kind of wake us up some. But yeah, it's a pretty intense game for exercise. I'll probably be tired in like an hour. Like even if I want to keep playing, you just physically cannot keep playing something. Oh, why on earth did I do that? I hate that. The mass stealthy getting in the way there. But we'll go throw that down. But even if you wanted to play for longer, your body will be like, nope, not possible. Okay, we'll take that over for now. I forget where I even left off. It's been a little while since I played it. Need to get more in the habit of it. It's really great exercise. And being cooped up, it's a pretty good option. Since you would only ever play it inside anyways. Okay, so we're in a really weird position, but let me just go throw that down for now. And then one more will do it. So we just need to get the last little bit of that mana there and be good to go. I'll try for Brown Sky. I don't think we have another option there. Unfortunately, we didn't get it, but he gives us that. 1 mana short. Luckily, we have that just right there, and then you're dead. Boom. Supposedly the ads were also supposed to be affected by your level. However, she did say that the rewards for the gems that you can spend is affected by your progress. What that means, we don't know. It could be by level. It could be by what you have upgraded. I tried asking her a question last night on it. She wouldn't answer it, though. But it seems to be based on something, for sure. As far as ads, we don't currently know. From what we saw from the ads, though, it was on a pretty low-level account when she tested it. But they looked pretty useless. Like, so useless you probably wouldn't even bother wasting your time. So maybe they'll revamp it. However, it might be higher for people that have a lot more progress. But as they looked during the video that she was showing, if those were the exact payout that I would have, I would never touch ads ever. Because their payout would be so pointless relative to what you would be able to get otherwise. I think the best reward was 5 gems. And the chance of getting it is probably absurdly low. Especially given that there was like 9 other options. Even if it was to split evenly, that would only be a 10% chance. Which would not be worth the time of 30 seconds. You can do treasure hunt and get overall better loot than what you would from a single ad. In the exact same amount of time. Just rush through treasure hunt really quickly. And you'd get more loot from it pretty much. Yeah, she got 3 gold keys from watching the ad or something. Yeah, the best prize on it from what we saw, though it could be changed based on your level, was only 5 gems. And most of the other loot was pretty bad, like 1 glory key, stuff like that. But no, you can do better off a treasure hunt pretty much. Treasure hunt takes about a minute, so I guess that's like double the time of ad. However, you don't have to actually watch an ad. And it's probably better payout. It's probably overall better payout. So of course we're just using rush method. If you're looking for gems specifically, you want to get as many green chests as you possibly can, as that will maximize the amount of gems that you would potentially get. You do not want to combine them into reds. Combining them into reds will actually reduce the amount of gems that you get compared to keeping them as green chests. So do not make reds. Also, you generally don't want to do what I just did there. You generally do not want to convert your what's it called? Your multiple gray chests into green. You want to try doing only a 3 if you can, just because that's your main end goal. And since that's your main end goal, you don't really want to convert too many of them away. As I say that, I'm going to keep doing it. Just because they're kind of a little bit too far away to really bother with. We'll take that down. But from this, it's taking a little bit over a minute, but we're probably going to gain like 3-4 gems. Probably close to 3, among many other resources. It's probably a better use of your time. Who could have thought treasure hunt's actually worth it? Now, treasure hunt has always been pretty good for gem value. That has never not been the case. It's been surprisingly good for gem value. But as you'll see here, we got like 2 or 3 gems or something. And, oh wait, did we get none? Okay, fail. Never mind. But we got some glory. We got an arcane, oddly enough. Did we really get no gems? I guess we got a little unlucky there. But generally, on average, you average about 1 gem per thingy. Actually, kind of surprised that with that many chests we didn't get one. That's a bad example. Bad example. But generally, you do get like 1 or 2 gems every single time you do that method. We got a bit unlucky there. Let's do 5 and 2. Let's see. We'll take that one. Yeah, they probably need the ad revenue. I know I need the ad revenue. Though ads pay a lot less in the current state of right now. However, mobile advertisers might be spending about just as much though. So even though my ad revenue's down, theirs might actually be still kind of full. Just because if there was any time for mobile games to try to advertise, now is the time. Because everyone's literally like trapped in their house. So what better time to try to advertise games than now? I think it's one of the reasons why Nintendo is pushing out so many updates right now as well. They kind of realize, oh, everyone's trapped. Let's just sell them stuff. Or update our games to make it more enticing if people haven't already gotten them. There's even a global Switch shortage. Because the demand for Switch has gone up, but the supply is, you know, gone down. Because they haven't been able to make as much. Or as many, you know, not make as much as in as many consoles. Due to coronavirus. Oh yeah, I forgot. You have 65% reduction. I thought it was only 50% for a second. Whoops. I forgot. You got a beefy amount of reduction. I'll grab that for now. Yeah, what else we need? We'll try for a red right over there. Didn't get it, unfortunately. Take another red, throw it down, dead. I chose 6 gold. It's already dead. It's quicker. Boom. Yeah, if you try to go over 60 moves, you do get seals for it if you haven't already maxed out your seals in Treasure Hunt. I don't think you gain any other benefit from it other than just having more on the board in general. The biggest thing in the new update is actually a bug fix for Explorer. The bug fix for Explorer is one that's been in the game for a while that they've been meaning to patch, but finally supposedly did. And basically, there's a server-side issue with the game where if you do a lot of battles very quickly, it increasingly lags your game. This has been the case for the entire history of the game. And supposedly they finally fixed it this patch. Fingers crossed. We'll see exactly how that goes. But supposedly it has been fixed. This has been an issue since pretty much day 1 of the game, or actually quite literally day 1 of the game. I remember the first December of it, like a month after its release, still having issues with it, and it still does to this day. Not as bad as it used to be, but still to a capacity. But they supposedly fixed that, which is going to make doing gnome events a lot quicker, as well as if you're ever just farming a lot of battles a lot quicker. Because no longer, supposedly, should you be getting any lag. So we'll see exactly how that ends up going. Because it starts to get really frustrating. You almost have to reset your game every like 45 minutes to an hour if you're doing a lot of really, really quick battles. For what we're doing now, it doesn't, because the rate at which we're doing battles is quite a bit slower than compared to like explore spamming. But if you're doing explore spamming or one trophy PvP, particularly explore spamming, because it keeps bringing you back to that map, which makes it lag even more. But supposedly it should no longer do that, which would be really nice that they finally got around to patching that. There's a reason that they explained it in the past of why they couldn't, and why it would be more time consuming, but they finally got around to it, luckily. Which is nice. Okay, let's go start killing this out. I don't want to deal with mana drain. Let's just double kill those two. But yes, a good majority of the patch is rebalance to storefronts, and that little gem offer thingy that they're going to be adding. However, there are some very useful bug fixes in it. which generally I wouldn't consider features. However, this particular instance, there are some of them that are pretty much big enough to be features. Similar to how if we ever get in a way to cancel out abilities, that in itself would like be the patch, because it's would be really complex for them to fix that issue. It's something they plan to do eventually, but not something they can do in short term. That'll be getting around to it eventually. So any patch that ever mentions that will take them a lot more time than you might think to actually implement. Also, hello, Isabel! Also, did I say hello to anyone this stream? How could I? Did I not say hellos earlier? I must have been distracted about talking about things. But hello, everyone! Hello, Bill Warhammer! Hello, Cookie! Hello, Tyranny! Hello, Dan! Hello, Scout! Hello, gosh, saying hellos at like 36 minutes into stream. That also reminds me, any handout code. Hello, Wrong Writer! Hello, Dan! Hello, Liz! Hello, Furo! Hello, Scout! Hello, Bill! Hello, Mark! Hello, Marcelo! Hello, Mobarashi. Hello, Cookie. I'm starting to repeat some. I already said that one. Hello, Kalthos. Hello, Lampard. What Pure Faction team for All Seeing Eye? You literally just run the same exact final battle. I'm not sure if you're still here, but you quite literally just copy the final battle, and that's what you run. Hello, Jarrett. Hello, Other Dan? No, I think it's the same person. Hello, Drock Savage. Hello, Foro. Hello, hello, Army X Tube. Hello, Knock Wolf. Hello, Isabel. And hello, Birdleaf. And hello, I believe that's everyone. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Okay, we got 2 sigils left, which hopefully mean 4. But we got a 4, we got a 3, and then we're done. Unless we happen to get a Valraven in there. But 4 and 3 are the one we need. Yeah, there's our Valraven. Okay, what do we take here? Let's grab some green for now, get Yasmin down. Obviously throw it on first slot for the obvious reason. We'll try getting another one before we go and cast. I don't see any way for him to get a lot of yellow, so we'll wait it out. I don't know, do we go for it now? I guess we'll go for it now. Is that enough damage? Yeah, it is. So we'll go for that now then. A little bit of poke there. He gets almost all his mana from that nice little cascade there. Pretty good. Still need a little bit more to get it rolling though. We'll go hit that, and now we'll double tap the middle one, and that should be match. So we'll just need to go get a little bit more mana on you. Come on. All I need is red or green, and we auto win. We'll just move that down. Try to get it off the sky, or that. That works too. There we go. And that's match. We throw that down. Boom. Oh, that HP gain might have actually brought it out of kill range. It did. I should have taken that skull. Whoops. But it did. It brought it out of kill range. How unfortunate. We'll go take that. We'll grab ourselves a purple into whatever we get. It gives a skull, and it's match. Little HP gain made it take like 5 more turns. Unfortunate. But we had the battle number 3 here, right? Believe so. We're at 19. No, we're not. We're at 18, my bad. Oops, I just went the wrong way. Fight, check battles. Yeah, it was 3. Just double checking. Kind of already knew we would, but just making sure. You never know. Oy! Oy. Alright, we'll move that over. Let's go throw down a, we'll throw a Yasmin for now, I guess. Throw that on you. Grab a, what do we need? Take her some red there. Get a double Ketris. Do we have a tear? No, let's take a skull for now, I guess. Kind of want another Yasmin before we start casting here, but we might have to go without it. So we'll do that, throw another one down. And then we can Yasmin to poke, and that should be match. As long as he doesn't gain too much more durability, which he does. I'll take that down for now. Still need another Yasmin. Try for it with red, didn't get it. I'll throw that down right there, and now we just need to get the thing to full. Luckily we got some cascaded mana. Unfortunately it is blocked on every color that we can currently get, so let's move that over for now. Take some green surge, hope for Sky Skull. Or that works too, and almost match. It's not actually dead yet. We'll do it that way just so he doesn't gain more durability. Does he give us a random skull? No. Will we try for one? Yes. Did we get it? Yes. 1 in 7 chance. Okay, let me go do code. I wanted to do it as soon as we end up finishing out this game mode. Oh wait, never mind. We just got Valraven 2 wins. Oh well, we're still giving out now. Let me go do code. Cody code. The code of codes. Let me go find it real quick. Where'd it go? Where's it hiding on me? There's our code section. Where were we up to at this point? I believe it was this one or the one below. I forgot to mark it last night. Definitely should have. Where did my code section go? There it is. Why is it hiding on me? Oh, there's the last one we used. Let's see. Was that the one I was about to go use next? Oh wait, no it wasn't, because that was Salty's code. Never mind. That one was not the last one we used. That was from the dev stream last night. Aha! Whoops. Mistakes were made. I was like, wait, where on earth is this code on my code section? And I was like, oh yeah, duh. That's Salty's code that she was handing out. I think it gave like 2 gem keys, 5 diamonds, and a few other things. I forget exactly what it was. A little bit bigger than normal for reaching the viewer milestone. Because obviously a lot of viewers because of 4.9 preview. Going over everything with 4.9 they did last night. But anyways, guys, there's the code. Use it on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Though not too much. And a lot of things they couldn't actually show. Which I was kind of surprised. But yeah, some of it we won't even really know until it actually happens. You know, once we see the patch notes and everything. And then actually get to mess around with stuff. Like some of the fixes might not even be fully fixed. So we'll have to kind of test and see. But anyways, there's the code. Use it on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. And there you go. Pretty sure most of you know how to use it by now. If you don't, just ask. Okay, next thing we need to go do. Next floor. We're at 18, so we just move on now. I don't think there was anything else in this floor that we needed. There wasn't even a haste. So we'll just go right over here. Not like we would take a haste this deep. Generally, you should only take haste for about the first 10, first 15 rooms. You could theoretically do it deeper if you really need the sigils. However, it is not as advised, just because it becomes more of a liability than a benefit the deeper you go to actually do the room. Especially the time allocation towards it. Compared to just farming gems. Yep, enjoy the code, everyone. Now we'll grab that, get the full mana there, go through this down. Get our double Yasmin Pride right in the middle there, take that other thing over. And I'm actually going to grab a safety Yasmin. Just so we can do that. This will probably not kill this, but it should kill on the follow-up. So we'll do that. And now we just need one more cast. And that will be match. I don't have any direct way to feed it mana. We don't really have too many moves here, so let's grab that. Take a brown here. Try getting our red and brown that we need. Do we scope poke? I guess. Why not? I'm not going to scope poke again, though, because I need the mana to just win the battle. At this point, all we need to do is just get ourselves a little bit of red, brown, green, and we win. Unfortunately, he just moved it in a way that we can't take any of those colors I just said. But we'll do that, take our green, and as match. And that should be way more than enough damage to kill him. I was hello, Dinosuit Girl. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, 19. Where are we at? We got ourselves a Fireball, and that is it, because we're probably not getting Valraven there, since we just got a relatively recent Valraven. So this is probably the final battle, but that means we will likely be able to get it finished tomorrow, because we got a few Fireballs, we got some Heroisms, and even though we still have 6 more floors to go through, Heroism counts as a whole floor, so boom, that's already done. And I think we got like 3 Fireballs now after this battle or something. So we got a pretty hefty amount, which can clear through almost a whole floor in itself. I should have taken green there, because now we have a green mana issue. Since we can't mana generate it as much. Now we're getting all the reds that we don't need. Okay, let's throw that down, double tap right there, and then just kill out the last slot, looks like. Seems like the way to go. So we do that, boom, he'll poke us or do that, whatever it is, doesn't matter. We do that again, and now we just need to go and do it one more time and we win. Easy as that, just need to go get the mana for it, which is a little bit blocked by Yasmin, unfortunately. But we'll get there. We'll get there. At this point, I might as well almost skull poke him, gosh. He's already 2 shots away. Keep gaining so much attack. What are we gaining attack from? Oh, 1 attack to all tour. I was going to say, what on earth are you gaining attack from every single turn? I forgot that was a thing. This hero class gains 1 attack to all tours per turn, which not only helps boost ratio our Boltaurus, or our Boltaurus damage, but also helps, or catches the bull, I mean, but also helps give us our self, because we count as a Taurus. And ends up working out quite well. We'll take that, throw this down dead. And as match. And we got a Fireball. And obviously we can't go any further. We'll have 3 Fireballs and a Heroism for tomorrow. That might be enough to make it. I'm not sure. It might be a little bit short. Depends how many battles we have between then and then. Well, let's go claim all of our rewards except for the final orb. See if we get anything shiny. And, of course, all the normal loots. However, what's not the normal loot is, let's see what we get from the orbs. So bad, gosh, triple orange. Why must I be cursed with triple orange? Quad orange! That better not be a major orange. 5 oranges in a row. That'd be horrific. Gosh, this isn't Animal Crossing. We don't want oranges. But, that's unfortunate. Oh, we gotta, wait. Oh, yeah, duh, that's my own redeem code. I was like, wait, who claimed this redeem code? Duh. It's the one we literally just claimed. But it gives the same order as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. Anyways, that's done. However, we still got a lot to do. We need to go do the entirety of Dills. Before I forget, though, let me go do the dailies as well. Just quick kill these with our Explorer team. Get some free XP towards this. And then we're going to do All-Seeing Eye. Yeah, 4 oranges. That is not what we want to see. I know, we gotta go make some orange juice. When life gives you oranges, you gotta make orange juice. Jar of Ice teams, they work pretty much the same way as Mountain Crusher teams, except you use it in second slot rather than first. Orb Weaver is pretty good to use it with, the Orb Weaver hero class. And it's also used with pretty much anything. You basically just use it as a mana accumulation method like you would do with Mountain Crusher and Leprechaun. There's almost no wrong option. However, you do want to put it in second slot more often than not because you want to have the resummon into its first. I definitely highly advise getting the weapon for sure. If life gives you oranges, make apple juice. Major green. Major green, I'm not sure if major green would be worse or better. Because technically I don't need any trait stones whatsoever. However, I theoretically need souls. So technically a major green could almost be considered better than a major orange, even though a major orange is technically better. It's one of those weird dynamics later in the game. Based on what resources are needed for things. Alright, one more little set. Just as easy to kill as any of them. And then we need to start getting onto All-Seeing Eye. Hello, Define, and thank you for liking the video. Greatly appreciated. Definitely helps out a lot. And hey, level 78 hero class. Making progress. Gotta get this thing to 100. Though it gains like almost no real benefit at 100. I just want to get it up just because it's the most recent hero class added to the game. And we'll work from there. But we're getting close. I believe we have 7 hero classes left to max out. We're getting very, very close. And now with no new hero classes coming into the game, and next patch being confirmed not doing anything for hero classes, we're kind of in the clear to just have easy goings. For the rest of maxing out hero classes. Because no longer do we have to worry about new hero classes constantly coming in. We can simply go level what already exists. And while they might be updating hero to add more grind to the future, it is not happening anytime soon. At least at the minimum earliest it'll be is version 5.0. Of course, it could happen in 5.0. However, there's not any hints that it would, though you never know. Also, that was one thing that was confirmed last night too, which you kind of already knew, but it kind of was reiterated. But version after 4.9, which is this next patch, is 5.0. 5.0 is supposedly going to be a really big patch. It was supposed to happen this summer, and well, it looks like it's still on time to happen this summer. So we'll have to see exactly what ends up happening with that, because it'll be one of the bigger patches supposedly that we've ever had. It's actually the longest time we've ever had between major updates, like 0.0 updates. The last 0.0 update was August of almost 2 years ago. Yeah, August of 2 years ago. So it was like a year and a half ago, August. So yeah, it's been a very, very long time since we got a 0.0 update. The 4.0 ended up bringing in delves to the game, which was, I believe, mid-August, a year and a half ago. So basically 2 years ago. But, you know, it's almost 2 year mark by the time they get to the update. Because the update will probably be in around June, I would say, late June. Late June is probably next update. You know, the one after this next one that we're getting. Not literally the next one, not 4.9, but you know, the one after 4.9. It's probably like late June or so. No official day has been given, obviously. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that update ends up panning out. Because I believe it's the longest gap we've ever had between a 0.0. I'm pretty sure it is. Or at least it's really close to longest. There we go. Okay, next order of business, and probably the most time-consuming thing. Yeah, we're saving it for last. Faction. So I still haven't done faction. This one, 100% you have to buy the tier 1. So I'm definitely going to get it. It is impossible to do this delve without doing tier 1. This is the only delve in the game where it's actually quite literally impossible because for whatever reason, this place has one whole less thing. Also, whoever was asking for pure faction earlier, this is what you run for pure faction here. It's a Clarion Leech, a Clarion Watcher, Mother, and Exorator. You may notice that's also the exact same battle as the final battle, even the same banner. This is mostly because it works. It's probably one of the only few delves, if not the only delve in the game, where you quite literally do the exact same team and banner for pure faction. Very rare that ever occurs, but All-Seeing Eye's best setup is actually the faction team itself, which is really rare, but it is the case in this particular instance. What was I looking for? I came out here to look for something. Now I completely forgot what it was already. Oh yeah, I was gonna go copy well, I guess we'll go quick Rowan team. I'll just input it in. It's not that big a deal. Let's just put some kind of quick Rowan team in here. I was gonna switch to the other thing soon, the Truffle team. But for these very low battles, we're just gonna go with a quick Rowan kill. And we could do this with whatever hero class we feel like. I guess we'll just put a mountain there for now. Doesn't really matter. Hero's not going to even cast. It's just Rowan for these earlier battles. And for banner, let me go that +2 green, blue, and 2 minus yellow. And there we go. Okay, that should be all we need. Okay, so let's go run this. Obviously not with Sentinel. Gosh, it's been a while if we were running it with Sentinel. I guess we'll just run it with, not Barb. Where is Doomsayer? There we go. Level 78 Doomsayer. Let's go get some free XP on this. Obviously, Doomsayer is not the most optimal thing to be using here. We're just doing it for free XP. And for the very early battles, we'll use this. I mentioned this during the video, however, I didn't actually mention the team. Probably should have. We already mentioned 8 teams, so I was like, okay, we got too many teams already. But I probably should have. But it's a pretty standard team, so I figured it didn't really need mentioning, but I probably should still do it just in case. But this was the team I was referring to in the video when I said just use like a quick Rowan team for the earlier battles. By the earlier battles, I mean like the first few floors or so. Like up to about 50, depending on your stats. Could maybe go a little bit further depending on them. But yeah, just a nice little quick kill team. You could even do it with Greed if you want a little bit more gold, rather than having Double Leprechaun. Double Leprechaun's just there for speed, of course. Yeah, we won't be switching to Gob Truffle. I'm just starting with this method. Oh, I just realized. Why am I doing it with this? I could just use Mirage Queen. I forgot. Never mind. I forgot Mirage Queen's an option. Never mind. Switch out the second one for Mirage Queen. For whatever reason, I thought Mirage Queen was not capable of being used for this delve. There isn't for some, and you have to double Leprechaun. However, this is one where Mirage Queen is a bit available, so you can do it for half mana. Sorry, I was wondering, like, wait, why is Rowan's mana so low? It's duh, we're not using Mirage Queen. So we'll do that for the next delve. Completely forgot about that. It's actually literally what we run for Explorer, oddly enough. Is what we'd run for these earlier battles. It does eventually fall off, obviously, by about 50 or so. Give or take about 10, depending on stats. We could probably push it to about 60. Anything further, we'll stop one-shotting. Also, we're not set to pure armor right now. I should probably change that too. 2 things we need to change. One is get Mirage Queen in there. The other is change armor. Oh, also, this is what we were talking about earlier. It is possible to reset your medals to nothing. We actually have a slot that has no medals on it. We're able to do that by setting 3 of the older medals there, and then they get removed. So it is actually possible to do that, which is kind of interesting. But to be able to do that, you would have to go and set a bunch of medals of the previous World Lore event. And then once the World Lore event ends, they get converted to seasons, so you no longer have them. So they become empty spots. It's currently the only way that you can actually make them empty spots again if you so choose. Oh, so why am I going to Tower of Doom? That's not what I want. Go back to Faction, fight. Get done with this floor so we can go to the next floor without actually using Mirage Queen. You've been doing the delve with Keyed Leprechaun and 2 Cedrics. That would give you a lot of gold. It would be a bit slower though. Right now I'm mostly looking for speed rather than resources. Just so we can claim our Vault Key and 2 orbs, as that's the most valuable thing we could get from this. All the other drops I don't really necessarily need as much. It's mostly the Vault Key and 2 orbs. because those are always useful regardless of how progressed you are. There's no point when an Orb of Ascension would not be good, or a Vault Key with its potential drops not be good. Even if you're all the way at pretty much completed with the game, those two resources are still extremely good to have due to their drop tables. And let's match. Okay, now let's go Mirage Queen so it goes even quicker. Not like that was going slow. There we go. Yeah, we're allowed to use that. I completely forgot. It's quite literally just our Explore team, just with a mana accumulator weapon. You can also use our Scare Shield there. Yeah, I will probably be taking the same order every single time. We'll take the middle one, top 3, and then bottom 2. The scouting exact order in this delve is extremely annoying, so I'm just going to ignore it. Especially since we're going to need to do another floor anyways. Exact order doesn't matter because we can't even like save anything from it. But I don't know, it doesn't really matter too much what order we end up doing for this particular one. Because a lot of its benefit is kind of lost by the fact that it has one whole less room. So doing optimal room order really does not matter for All Seeing Eyes compared to other delves. Even more so for this one. Yeah, this delve could really use an update. It is the worst delve in the game. It was also the first delve ever made. Simultaneous with All Seeing Eye, but I mean with Hall of Guardians. However, Hall of Guardians was actually made correctly relative to the current theme of how delves go. Whereas this one, not so much. Oh no, that annoying Submerge. Luckily just Skull sitting there. This team does not have Dispel because we're not running a hero class that has it. So our only counter to it is Skulls. Or Deathmark. Haha! Randomly getting that Deathmark kill. Hey, you never know. You never know. Alright, what else do we need to get down? Get that down for now. And another floor down. Easy as that. Let's go down the middle again. Middle normally has 1.25, which is normally why it's worth taking in this particular one. However, the other two can be very variant as far as which one's better. It depends on what the tier 5 room is, and then also the rooms in front of the tier 5. And normally the amount of rooms you would have to check is just not worth the time for this delve. So they tend to take the same pattern every time. Actually, in the past I used to take middle, then bottom, then top. It really depends what the tier 5 is. If the tier 5 is low, it's worth doing that. However, if the tier 5 is high, then it's not worth doing that. It's not too big a deal. Yeah, actually, I'm going to do that order mostly because there's a Dust Devil on the 1. And Dust Devil is really annoying to deal with. So much so I almost feel like skipping it if we see it there. Unless we can turn 1 before it even gets a cast, it ruins the rest of the delve speed. The only problem with that is we might lose the Valraven drop, and if that happens, that is not good, so we probably should do all the battles. Because then it will cost us another, what, 60 gems? 90 gems? Whatever it is. Which is a bit pricey for it. Good, no Dust Devil. Hopefully we see no Dust Devils. Tier 1 rooms are like the worst rooms. Or not worst rooms, but like most annoying rooms. There are some excessively annoying ones. There's one that has a bunch of those Gerbles, which have a bunch of Devour rate on them. And then there's the Dust Devil one that can completely disorient your team. You'd also put your team back in correct order. However, more often just disorients you. Are we just going for the last reward? Our main goal whenever we're doing our Tuesday delves, generally speaking, is to go for all rewards on these stages. That's the main thing we're after. This being the 2 orbs and the 1 Volkey. They are the main bulk of the loot that I actually still need. Obviously, depending on what point you are in the game, there are other loots that you might want, like the gold and farming that up a bit more, and maybe even the shards. However, our main goal right now is to get the 2 orbs and the Volkey. As in end game, that's like the most valuable thing that we'd want to aim for. Because we want to try aiming for purple orbs, blue orbs, and hopefully something good from Volkey. Anything of gem value. Obviously, we haven't been opening our gem keys lately. If they ever update it, we shall. Otherwise, we'll keep hoarding them. Kind of like how we do with gold keys. You never know. Eventually. Yeah, let's match. Even if he gets a summon, doesn't matter. Still way more than enough. Also, I had an arbitrary goal of getting 1,600 level by the end of the year. We're getting there. We could probably power grind it in a single month if we truly wanted to. But we did have an arbitrary goal of level 1,600 before the end of 2020. Hello, Gustavo! Welcome. Immediate casts. Yeah, we're at the point of double cast. It doesn't really matter, though. Because it still demolishes. Once we get to triple cast, it falls off completely. However, double cast is still perfectly fine. Triple cast is not worth it, though. Anytime you're running something that hits all enemies and you have to triple cast, it is probably no longer worth using. As a general rule of thumb, if something can double cast or less an enemy team, it is worth using. If it takes 3 or more, it's probably not worth using. This is applicable to full AoE and split damages. Yeah, we basically have to do a level almost once every week. A little bit more than once a week. Which is definitely manageable. Some weeks we get multiple, particularly during Vault events. Because of course we're grinding a bit more than normal. Very quickly, in a way that gains a lot of hero XP. Also, theoretically, we could power farm a lot of XP during a guild event if we get 100% extra XP bonus on a given day. That ends up helping out a lot for how much XP rate we get. And some of the battles still die in one shot, nice. At least the weaker battles anyways. That was the weakest battle we could do. Only 50% stats. This one's at 60% stats and should also hopefully die in one shot. We did set to armor, right? We should be. At 24 armor right now. Pretty sure. I did change the tokens, right? Pretty sure we did. Almost guarantee we're on 24 armor right now. Let's double check real quick, I guess. Yeah, we are. Just making sure. Definitely felt like we were. Just wanted to double check. Yeah, all levels beyond 1,000 start taking forever. They take a very, very long time. As you've probably noticed from being at like level 1,100 plus. Especially once you get to like 1,200 plus, really becomes noticeable. Like initially it feels like you're getting glory and event keys like crazy when you're at the, like the lower thousands. But then it just keeps going higher and higher and higher how much EXP you need for every single level. Nowhere in the game is actually listed how much EXP you need per level though. Even though we get an EXP drop at the end of every single battle with a numerical number. The numerical number basically means nothing because we never know what the total amount of EXP we need is at any given time. It's kept track of by the game, and we've even seen it through glitches on console. However, the number has never been visible in game by natural means, which is kind of weird, even though it's kept track of. Not sure why they do it that way. I almost want to ask them that in the next Q&A. Like, why do we get EXP drops at the end of battle, but there's nowhere in the game where we can actually see a numerical EXP value? I need to remember not to forget to say that next Q&A. However, they haven't done a Q&A in ages and probably won't be because coronavirus. I'm still really curious why on earth they do that. It's a really weird design choice. Or lack of choice. Doesn't even show it. Yeah, level 79 class. We already got 2 levels on it just doing this. Making progress. This is why we use random hero classes. If you ever wonder why. Get a lot of free XP from it. It's one of the benefits of keeping a level 20 Delve too. You keep it so low that you can actually use it to farm hero classes pretty effectively. Yeah, we can ask her in the stream where she pretends to play Puzzle Quest. Also, that reminds me, this Thursday we're probably going to be playing some Puzzle Quest in the stream where we're going to be playing a bunch of different games. We will be at some point playing Puzzle Quest. When we're doing all these games at actual times, I have no clue. So feel free to tune in whenever. But yeah, we'll be switching out a lot. I'm probably going to play about 10 different games. Let's see, what's the full list that we're probably going to play on this Thursday for the 4-year anniversary? Obviously, the main obvious 2 is Gems of War and Animal Crossing. But other than that, Puzzle Quest, Ring Fit Adventure, probably Smash Ultimate, One Step from Eden. Did I already say Puzzle Quest? Yes. But I feel like there's more than that. There's more I wanted to get around to. Alright, Mario Maker, because that's getting a major update tomorrow, but I won't be playing it. Actually, I might play some on this on the Animal Crossing stream. 7. Yeah, the Mega Man Battle Network roguelike, yes. It's a lot of fun. I don't have that much time in it. I think we're at, like, not even 20 hours yet. But I do know the general mechanics at this point. Also, I currently have a started run that I haven't had time to try completing. That looks like you could finally complete the game. And by complete the game, I mean, like, the true ending of the game. However, we have to kill Shopkeeper, which is one of the hardest things to do other than actually completing the game. But, yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get it done. We'll probably do that on this Thursday, actually. Hopefully. Because I have a run started that might go all the way for our first ever true completion. There's 3 different endings for the game. One is the full pacifist ending. One is the full genocide ending. And the other is the true ending. And we have yet to do the true ending yet. We're trying. I'm not sure if there's a neutral true ending, though. But I'm hitting the genocide true ending. Or should be, hopefully. Assuming we don't mess up. Let's see, we'll go for that one. And the only reason I was able to do it is because there's one, I know, it does have some Undertale theme with that. It does have a somewhat similar theme to that as far as endings. I wouldn't be surprised if they quite literally took it from Undertale. Because you actually get to spear bosses if you want. You can either spear them or kill them. If you kill them, you get at minimum, epic rarity token from it, as well as an epic rarity trinket. And if you let them live, they will heal you, and they will support you in upcoming battles. Generally, when you're first playing the game, you should spare everything. Or once you kind of get a hang of it, you kind of kill some, heal some, or just kill all of them. Basically, depending on how good your run is going, is what way you go about it. Pretty much. If your run's going good, you kill everyone. If it's not good and good, you just heal from everyone. Pretty much. There's unfortunately not too much dialogue or character development for the most part. It's mostly about gameplay, which I do like because gameplay is the main thing I like in games. However, it is a little bit bare bone compared to Battle Network. One Step from Eden is extremely bare bone lore-wise relative to Battle Network and other similar games. Well, then again, Battle Network's the only game of its type. There's not really any other game that really bothered mimicking it for the most part. One Step from Eden's like the most thing in recent time that has actually done it successfully. So yeah, it's pretty much a true roguelike. Most roguelikes don't have very in-depth story. Actually, the most in-depth story I've seen in a roguelike in the longest time, though it's more of a roguelite than roguelike, is Darkest Dungeon. However, Darkest Dungeon isn't really a roguelike. It's only partially. It has permadeath and a few other things. However, it does have a progression system. It's not like you're starting from scratch every single time. Though they did add a game mode with that one update that kind of made it more roguelike. In that they added a game mode that was basically like a mini game that was like 100% roguelike. Yeah, they do have some distinctions. The main distinction between roguelike and roguelite is roguelite normally has like permadeath elements and such. However, it has more of a progression system in that, let's say you play for like 20 hours or 30 hours, you'll be quite a bit different than if you only played for like an hour or two. Also, your run tends to not necessarily be a single instance. Like normally in a roguelite, your run tends to be for like tens of hours. Whereas in a rogue-like, most roguelikes only last for about 30 minutes to 2 hours. Whereas roguelikes have a much longer progression system, where you actually get beefier as it goes on. All of them you technically get beefier as you go on, but you know, it's more of like a long-term kind of thing with a more like standard progression of what a video game would have. Whereas roguelikes are really just throw you in, RNG you like crazy, and you do progress and stuff, but it eventually reaches a point where it resets you all the way back to where you were. And the only thing that you might get is a few more trinkets that you could find that don't necessarily actually increase your power, just to give you more variety. Kind of like Binding of Isaac. It's like a really good example of that too, where you don't necessarily get more powerful, you just get like more trinkets that you can find. Most roguelikes are set up in that way, where theoretically, other than the trinkets that you can find, the amount of progress you have on like your first hour is the same as like your 100th hour. The only difference is that you're much better at playing the game, and you just happen to find more things. Most roguelikes or roguelites, you gain the benefit of both gaining more experience, as in you get better at playing the game, but you also gain more things that would directly impact you, like gear that makes it better and other things that isn't necessarily exactly like a roguelike. Because there are things other than just skill that would make you better as you progress further. Do we have alignment here? No, we do not, so let's go for that. But I've been meaning to get back into roguelikes again. What level I switched to Truffle Team? Probably right now, actually. I've been using this one a little bit too long because I keep talking through it, and I keep forgetting to switch. But yeah, now would be a good time to truffle. Actually, as early as 70 would have been. 60 or 70. Probably around 60 even. Would have been a good time to change. 70 at the latest. But yeah, let's go change now. I meant to already. Let's just change this. We won't gain class XP, but it'll go much quicker. Actually, I'm using the Mirage Queen version of this, which I guess is fine. I showed the Mirage Queen version rather than the Hero version. Main reason for this is the half mana start that it has. Which is kind of funny that I forgot that you could use Mirage Queen over Wayne, given that we literally just used it for that. The big downside of not doing this, there's two. We don't have Greenstorm, and we don't have a way to break through Submerge. However, other than that, it should be quicker. There's a quicker start, which is the most important thing when we're trying to quick kill something. But yeah, to answer your question, ultimately, yes. One Step from Eden is a standard roguelike. It's been pretty fun. I haven't played it too much, but the time I have played it has been pretty enjoyable. It's not necessarily a replacement for Battle Network. It doesn't have like that same feel that Mega Man Battle Network has. But It's the closest game I've ever seen to Mega Man Battle Network, especially by such a small development team. Pretty sure it started as literally just one person, and they got a little bit of help through things. But like most indie devs tend to be. But it turned out to be a pretty nice product. I didn't even know about it until like a month ago, and I knew about it like a week before it came out, or after it came out, because Animal Crossing came out almost the same time. So like, Animal Crossing kind of flooded it out, so I didn't really notice it. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. If it ever goes on sale, I definitely advise picking it up. It's definitely not a game for everyone, so I'm not sure if you'd pick it up at full price. But it's definitely fun. We'll be playing it again this Thursday. Hopefully to full completion, like the actual true ending. Let's see. Though, of course, you can true ending every single character. Also, I'm doing it on normal difficulty, which is the easiest difficulty. Though it's not easy. It's the easiest difficulty, but it's a roguelike, so it's not easy. But there's obviously much harder difficulties that you could do. I think one's even sudden death, where you quite literally only have 1 HP, or at least you start with 1 HP. You could technically get more HP buffs, but you start out the entire thing with 1 HP. Meaning you get hit at all, you're dead. How many sigils diamonds does it take to get to 500? 500 what? Wait, how many sigils diamonds does it take to get to 500? Oh, you mean for, you mean gems, and you mean level 500 faction, I assume? Level 500 faction takes around 2,510 gems, though it could give or take about 200, depending on if you do all the rooms or if you use rush method. But it takes, on average, 2,510 gems. Not diamonds, gems. I assume that's what you're talking about, right? Level 500 pure faction. It depends how many you do and if you do them to completion. Do keep in mind, you might have to do rush method at this point, because if you're trying to do it as of this exact moment and you barely even started, you don't have that much time left. It resets in, what, 5.5 hours or so? So you're probably going to have to use rush method if you want to do it right now. But generally speaking, it averages to about 2,510 gems, give or take about 200. Or sorry, give or take about 400. It would go 400 lower if you did literally every single room, and it would go about 400 higher if you skipped almost every single room, though you still want to try doing at least the first, like, 10 floors normally, kind of like what we're doing now, and then after that point, you start rushing them. Because that will help do a nice little balance so you don't spend as much. Doing that, even though it would only take about, like, 10, 20 minutes longer, would end up saving you around 200 or 400 gems. And normally in a delve, doing this room right here into the boss room is generally enough points to get the entire delve done. However, with All-Seeing Eye, it is never the case that it has all the points, because it has one hole less room than any other delve, which is unique just to All-Seeing Eye. It's a little bit of a dated mechanic that they never bothered fixing. They might into the future. Obviously, next patch is not addressing it. It's a pretty small issue, especially since this event comes so rarely, given that we just keep getting more and more delves added to the game. But it's still kind of a weird quirk that this delve has. That shows how dated it is, as the very first delve ever added to the game. Well, tied as first, but still, it's technically the first. It happened before Hall of Guardians, technically, you know, when they had the event weeks, which is why we're having it now rather than Hall of Guardians, which is next week, next Tuesday. Okay, we'll grab the red there, take our green over, grab ourselves a truffle there, grab our little bit of mana there, grab that down, get our double of green. Let's roll a truffle first, then we'll double our green. And we should be in the clear. Also, I just realized I'm not even running magic with this team. I'm running pure armor, which is obviously not what we should be doing. This would go even quicker if we were running magic. To this point, with how few battles we have left, we might as well not even change it. Because we're almost done anyways. Let's see, how many more rooms do we have? Probably need to do like 5 more? Maybe more. This is a weird way. Oh yeah, we might have to do this entire floor, gosh. Because due to the fact that we had one less room every single time, we almost have to do this whole floor just to make up for that lack of points. So let's do it then. Quite a bit of a point difference relative to the other delves, due to the whole room that's missing. For whatever reason, it has one whole less room. Still has yet to be patched. I'm not even sure if they're aware of it. If I had to guess, they're probably not aware of it. Salty got thrown off by a Glory Shop question last night as well, as if she didn't even know what the Glory Shop was, which was pretty funny. It might have been because of how the question was worded, but if it wasn't because of that reason, that's somewhat embarrassing. The devs need to play the game more. But there's a lot of aspects of the game that I feel like the devs don't know enough about, just because they don't play it like an excessive amount compared to some players. Like, I would not be surprised if they have no clue that All-Seeing Eye has one whole less room than every other delve. Like, you could ask them, name the delve that has one less room than every other, and they probably wouldn't even know it's All-Seeing Eye. Even though it was the very first delve ever added. And the only one that's like that. And has been since delves have existed. There we go. They're almost there. So close. Would that be sad if we actually need another sigil? We should be fine. It should make it all the way. The last battle gives a lot of points. The boss battles with how they have it scaled. I tried for Sky Brown. I risked it, didn't get it. It's worth a shot. There we go. Oh, what do we need here? Let's take that for now. Try for Sky Blue. Didn't get it, though. Well, we can take that for extra turn and then it's double and hopefully land. And if it does, we auto-win. And it unfortunately didn't land. Well, not for an extra turn anyways. We got the mana. Oh, he just ruined the board for us. Without a green storm, that might actually make it so we can't loop right now. Let's see. If that lands, we can loop. And we won. I always find it interesting that you can pretty much know the exact second you won with a Truffle team. It's actually pretty easy to predict the exact moment where you have infinite loop, more often than not. Especially if you have Green Storm, but even without Green Storm, you can generally determine it. For example, if this lands, we have infinite loop, and it did not. Oh, it did land. Okay, we won. It's already over. And as you can see, it's already over. Because we got infinite loop. You can pretty much tell the exact second you get it. Almost always, pretty consistently. It's probably one of the only teams where you can actually know the exact second you've achieved infinite loop. And after doing it like several dozen times, you kind of realize when that is. But there we go, all rewards. And there we go. And of course, the main reason we did this is for the normal 2 rewards, 1 vault key and 2 orbs. Obviously, we got other stuff along the way, and these other little small rewards. However, the biggest 2 are the 2 orbs with the vault key. And from it, we get don't do be oranges. Finally! Well, that's not too good, but at least we got a purple. That's something that isn't orange. Technically, they were not oranges, so I'll give it that. How many vault keys we up to these days anyways? 180. We're almost at 200 plus. Nice. Making progress. But anyways, guys, any other questions, anyone? Anything else I missed? Does Nintendo still have a draconian streaming program? No. They ended up getting rid of that policy. They're actually pretty lenient with streaming their games now. They ended up getting rid of that about a year ago. Actually, pretty much as soon as I got a Switch, oddly enough. So yeah, a little over a year ago, a year and several months ago, they kind of got rid of that. Like last year, they ended up getting rid of that. Or before last year. Like 1 month before the end of last year. Or beginning of last year, they ended up getting rid of that. So like a year and a half ago or so. Like the end of 2018, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. They ended up getting rid of that policy, which was pretty much exactly when I got a Switch, which is pretty convenient. Like around the time that Smash Ultimate came around, they got rid of their really draconian policy related to that, which is kind of convenient because almost the entire duration I've been doing it, I've pretty much been in the clear. The only things that ever got copyright striked was Mario Party a little bit for whatever reason during the earlier times before that policy was completely removed. And for whatever reason, Fire Emblem. But I believe Fire Emblem was mostly because a lot of the music within Fire Emblem is copyrighted. So it was more so the music getting picked up rather than the game itself. Because almost like all the music in it was heavily copyrighted. Like they were taking down a lot of music that was online. I think they eventually gave up, but quite a few of our Fire Emblem streams actually got zero income from it just because of that. Though they weren't really making that much to begin with, so it didn't really matter that much. But anyways, guys, any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, we'll be back very soon. Thursday will be our very massive stream. Tomorrow we'll be doing some Animal Crossing. It's also Earth Day, so happy Earth Day tomorrow. I'm not sure if we're getting an event in Animal Crossing. I know we're getting one after the fact. I'm not sure if we're literally getting one on the day of. Also, Mario Maker gets updated, so we might do that a little bit during the Animal Crossing stream. Make it like an Animal Crossing and Mario Maker 2 kind of double stream thing. And just make it as one big stream. And then on Thursday, we'll be doing a lot of different games for anniversary stream, for your anniversary of the channel. And tomorrow we'll be back a little bit earlier than normal. I'm not sure exact time. I'm hoping to start a little bit closer to 6, I think, tomorrow night. Just because I want to try getting to bed a bit earlier so that we can get well and rested so we can start bright and early on Thursday for our very, very long, like 20-plus hour stream or however long it's going to go. Still not sure exact length, but we'll have fun with it, see how long it goes. Anyways, guys, any other questions? Anything else I missed? You bought Animal Crossing thanks to me. I know, I wish they had a commission. That'd be nice. Some games do. Some free-to-play games too. I kind of wish Gems of War had something like that, where like someone could use your code, and if they buy something from the game, you get like a small commission of it. I know there's some mobile games that do that. Gems of War, unfortunately, did not end up implementing something like that. It would be pretty useful if they did. I'd still say that most of the offers are bad in the game, though. Yeah, it's the end of the stream. Though, who knows? They're rebalancing it next patch, so maybe some offers will actually be worth it next stream. I mean, next patch. We'll have to see. But anyways, any other questions, anyone? Let me know. Raid Shadow Legends? No, we're not going to be playing Raid Shadow Legends, gosh. Yeah, I've probably made them thousands upon thousands overall, especially in all the free advertising. When does the next game patch come out? No official date. It's most likely next week's Tuesday, but no official date has been given. But yeah, next week's Tuesday is most likely the time of the patch. Though do keep in mind that's not official. No official date has been given yet. But that's the most likely time it would occur, because that's about the time that they did it last time. Anyways, any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, we'll be heading out for now. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Stay safe from the virus. We'll be back tomorrow a little bit earlier than normal, probably around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is about 3 hours prior to now tomorrow. We'll be doing Animal Crossing probably around noon or maybe a little bit earlier. Depends when I get up. And other than that, what was the other thing I wanted to mention? Oh, yeah, Thursday. We'll be doing a very, very long stream going over like 10-plus games or so. We'll see how many we do. But we'll probably be messing around with a lot of stuff, many of which we've never streamed on the channel before. So we'll have some fun with that, see how it goes. Obviously, quite a bit of it will not be Gems of War because obviously we'll be switching between so many different games. However, when it comes around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will switch back to Gems of War just because people would just generally be on that time. Generally, you know, because our channel's kind of set up to always be on at 8 more often than not, except for tomorrow. I just want to get to bed a little bit earlier. But yeah, we'll still be doing a mix of everything. So we'll see how it goes. It'll be the first time I really ever did anything like it, so we might have some technical difficulties here or there, but we'll make a day out of it, have a lot of fun, and just kind of chill for the 4-year anniversary, playing a bunch of games in quarantine. Or in social distancing, I should say. Obviously, I don't have the virus yet. Supposedly, I've never actually been tested, but yeah, we'll eventually. I'm pretty sure I haven't. I've been, aside from going out for food a few times, I have not been out of the house a single time in the last few months, other than for food. Let's see. What's gems? What, did I say it wrong? Gems are these things. These things right over here. The main currency of the game. These things. Or the main premium currency of the game, I should say. Unless I said something wrong. Did I say germs? I meant gems. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by, and have a wonderful, wonderful time. Goodbye, everyone.